start with the group discussion of the day. And today's topic is, as we all know, is the cryptocurrency. And from the Indian perspective, I also thank Master Warrant Officer Sunil Kumar Sharma, who was here with us, for having given a wonderful prayer song. Thank you so much, sir. And anyone who wants to leave now may leave. We are continuing with the session. And Sri Sharda International School, Koppal, Karnataka, has started the school today now, the virtual schools. That's the reason we need to start quickly with the group discussions. Sai Lumba is going to continue with us, and Captain Manoj Lumba sir is going to continue with us. So I take the liberty. Sir, we need to finish with the students from Sharda School first, because the school is starting today. Can I have the first speaker, Miss Ananya? Ananya, please, I'm pinning you. Over to you, Miss Ananya.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone present here. Myself, Ananya P. from Sri Sharda International School. I am studying in 9th standard. Today, my view is on cryptocurrency and Indian perspective. Cryptocurrency is an alternative of our actual currency. For example, credit card, debit card, UPI, net banking, etc. These are used for payments in safe and secure way without having fear of theft. After COVID-19, this payment through cryptocurrency gained popularity because it is safe not only from thief but also from virus. Coming to the Indian perspective, India is the country with huge population. Majority live in villages, indisciplined financial and with so many other challenges is slowly becoming adaptive to use cryptocurrency either voluntarily or by force. In the last 1.5 year, in the last 1.5 year of pandemic time, my family members experienced so many benefits through cryptocurrency like online shoppings, FASTag on the national highway while traveling, even to pay the local vendors for purchasing goods through Google Pay. There are so many advantages like 100% accountability of transactions, secure and private, easy to handle, but however there are few disadvantages too, like thief of data through hackers causing financial loss, refunding disability, etc. That's all from my side. Thank you. Be safe, be healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ananya. And Ananya is also a wonderful singer. And it is expected that on 30th evening, when Pramayas is going to be hosting the Janmashtami program, which will be curated and moderated by Srimati Neelima Athi from Tirupati. It is actually, the program is designed by her. I would request Ananya to join us on 30th evening. And I think your school is going to start. Thanks, Miss Ananya. You may like to leave whenever you want. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks here for being here with us. Let me also welcome Mr. Sujan V. Jose from the English Department, Sri Sharda International School, Koppal. And the next speaker we have is Master Girish Nagaralli from the same school. Master Girish, I'm pinning you. Over to you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, everyone gathered here today. I am Girish from grade 9 from Sri Sharda International School, Koppal. And today I am speaking about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a digital or a virtual currency that is secured by a cryptography and which makes it nearly possible to counterfeit or double spend. Many cryptocurrencies are decentralized networks based on blockchain technology, distributed ledger enforced by disparate networks of computers. Who started cryptocurrency in India first? Coin DCX became India's first cryptocurrency unicorn after exchange price of 6.7 billion rupees from investors led by the Facebook company and co-founder Eduardo Saverin's big capital groups. And what is the situation of cryptocurrency in India present? There is no crypto regulation in India. However, buying a Bitcoin is absolutely legal in India. There is no any law prohibiting law for this or for buying or selling cryptocurrency in India. And one Bitcoin is equals to 35 lakh, that is 31,267 rupees. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
this.
Thank you. Thank you, Master Girish. That's a very nice way of putting it across, the equivalent value. And it's so nice to see you early in the morning, nicely done up, putting bhasma, kunkuma on your forehead. And I'm very, very proud to tell this. Today's children, there are very few of us who take pride in doing all this. Very few youngsters have the courage to do it because they feel bad being ridiculed by somebody. What is this? Yeah, you're looking like an old man, kind of things. But Girish, being a young boy from the school like Sharda International School, which is very, very proud of its traditional values and ethos. Girish, you made us feel very, very happy. The very look of yours is so inspiring, and it is sending positive vibes all around. Please thank your parents, your mom and dear dad, in having imbibed these values in you. We are very, very happy for that. Thank you, Master Girish. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Can I have Miss Rutika Shettar? Rutika Shettar on the screen. I do not know with what name she joined. Rutika, are you available? This is the same name? I'll just see the
Yes, sir.
drop down. Yeah. I can see
Yes,
you.
sir.
I am pinning you, Miss Rutika Shettar. Over to you, Miss Rutika. There is a
Good
light
morning to
behind you.
everyone.
Can we have that light? Can you move your camera slightly so that your face is clearly visible? This is still okay. Yeah, please continue.
Good morning to everyone gathered here. Myself, Rutika Shettar, studying in a grade 9th of Sri Shada International School. I'm here to say about a cryptocurrency and an Indian perspective. We Indian always run after a stability, but in the post-COVID scenario, with limited government jobs and uncertain private sector, people have started to discover and look for other ways to diversify their income. But all money comes down to a paper at the end. Have you ever wondered what if your banks go bankrupt? Yes, it can happen. So it's time to broaden our perspective. Cryptocurrency is a type of a digital asset currency which is shared through cryptography. They are based on a blockchain technology and are immune from government interference as they are not issued by any central authority. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized, hence, they are not bothered by market fluctuations or any economic factors. The common nation floating around is the cryptocurrency. Is a mode of a payment or a path for investment. It is equally important for an investor to understand how the investment will be used and what scope it has in future. All the cryptocurrencies listed on any crypto exchange run on a backbone blockchain technology and offer different types of services. Cryptocurrencies in one form or another will play a crucial role in shaping the future of our financial system. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Ms. Rutika Shettar. Thank you so much for giving such wonderful statistics about it. And henceforth, after Sharda school children have spoken, all the three have spoken. So we will continue on an alphabetical manner the way we used to regulate, because we don't register anybody's name. As they are available to us, we request them to speak. And I am really thankful to Dr. PRS Chakravarti. He has given a message to me. He's got some very pressing commitment. I also thank Mr. Sujan V. Jose, the English department head there. And children from Sharda school, whenever you want to leave, including observers, you may at your will. Now can I request Ms. Arushi Mahadevan, joining from Coimbatore. Arushi, can I have you on the screen? I'm pinning you. Just a moment. Yeah, Arushi, over to you, please.
Good morning to all. So today I'm here to talk about cryptocurrency in India. So basically, cryptocurrency is a digital payment system which does not rely on banks to verify its transactions. It is designed to work as a medium of exchange where individual coin ownership are stored in a ledger existing in form of a computerized database, which is protected by strong cryptography for secure transaction records. It also does not exist in form of physical money and is stored in digital wallets instead of physical ones, which makes it a more secure way of obtaining assets. So it is issued by a single user and so is usually considered centralized. It also is not under any particular government, it's not under a central authority, so it makes it a more of a shaky asset, if you know what I mean.
Shake hands.
So in India nowadays, it has become a huge trend. So more than 1.5 crore assets are obtained by Indians in cryptocurrency. So, but how does the Indian government feel about it? Recently, the RBI it overrules the system of banks. So it told Indians to not obtain a cryptocurrency. But then after a year or two, the Supreme Court finally took a stand by saying that cryptocurrency is useful and it is legal to obtain assets through cryptocurrency. So even though India's stand on cryptocurrency is not really decided yet, it is theorized that the government will soon pass a bill on cryptocurrency, making things more clear about where they'll stand. So that's all. Thank you.
That's really wonderful, Arushi. You gave us very nice insights into how RBI looks into handling and legalization of cryptocurrency itself. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you with pride, Miss Arushi Mahadevan is one of the bright students of Ramayas, I would say. She is learning academics from us, and she is daughter of my batchmate and a good friend, Group Captain Arun Mahadevan. And Arushi is very recently won a declamation contest conducted by AFA, and she is going to take further levels into this, and she is grooming herself. It's all she does, everything, whatever she does is all self-done. She writes wonderful poems, she does so many other things. Maybe one of these days I'll request Miss Arushi to read one of your poems. Maybe one of these days we'll have one poem reading, kind of, not a competition, a kind of a get-together where I would request little Arushi to do all these things. In fact, many of us have got so many other hidden talents. Pramayas is wanting to see that how best you do in this passion realm of yours. Thanks, Miss Arushi. Thanks for being here with us. Again, you may like to leave whenever your school commitments start. Wonderful. Great job done. And can I request Amit Balwan, the next in line? Amit, can I have you on the screen, Amit?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Amit. Over to you, please.
Sir, as far as cryptocurrency is concerned, I would like to establish some basic relevance with the payment which we are daily using with the help of PhonePe or Google Pay. It is actually the same way we can transfer the money sitting here. We all know that in the times of pandemic, we should all recognize and acknowledge the fact that we are sitting at home and we are able to transfer the money from one place to another. And we can go over the basic requirements and we can fulfill our basic requirements in that sense. But cryptocurrency, as far as I could get it in some way, is something that you may have got lakhs and crores of rupees in your wallet, but that is only available digitally. You don't contain it with yourself. And the second aspect I would like to touch on, that the fluctuations that happens as far as cryptocurrency is concerned, because if you are having, for example, if we have a note of 100 rupees along with us, then we know that it will always remain 100 rupees till the time we do not spend for necessary things. Now, in the case of cryptocurrency, what happens? The value which you hold is directly proportional to the number of people who are going to invest or who are showing interest in the whole world. So it is actually the value which you which you containing cryptocurrency is something controlled by the other people. So that is something negative point. But as far as we are going for the digital payments and going along with the technology, I think that it has a lot much ahead in stock for the whole world.
Yeah,
That's it.
thank you, Amit. That's really, really wonderful research you have done. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, Amit is a very vibrant youngster of the Indian Air Force. We work together here in the same unit. Being Saturday, he's available here with us. Otherwise, a very, very busy man, much in demand, all over the world. His day starts very early in the morning, and he's got a very busy schedule. And Major Sutapa will be very happy to know that Amit is also a Sainik School product. He is from the first batch. Is right, Amit? First batch. First batch of Sainik School Rewadi. First batch, na?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yes, first batch of Sainik School Rewadi. And Major Sutapa Chakrabarti, who did the yoga session today, is again one of the senior students of Sainik School, Bhubaneswar. So that Sainik School fraternity and knowing each other in this, kind of connect, it's really, really wonderful. And we wish Amit Balwan all the very best in his future endeavors. Thanks, Amit. Thanks for being here with us. You may like to leave in case you are busy with your commitments. Let me also welcome Shriman Tempalle, Nagarajan Sridharan, a good friend of ours and a well-wisher for Pramayas. He is the founder editor of Vishwa Shanti organization. He's got many activities. He's a big philanthropist. Maybe one of these days I'll request him to speak among us. It's very nice to have him here. Nagarajan sir, can I have you on the screen just for a moment? If you can open your video, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Yeah, okay, yeah, nice, sir. Namaskaram. Thanks for being here. I'll request a word from you towards the end. Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together welcoming Shri Nagarajan sir among us? Thanks for being here, sir. And can I request Miss Anushka Unni? Miss Anushka, over to you, Anushka. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, honorable present here. So today I am Anushka Krishnan. I'm going to talk about a well-known prospect, cryptocurrency. So here I'm not going to talk about its current situation. I'm just going to talk about how it came into the origin or how it came into use. Now, cryptocurrency is basically electronical money created with technology, and with technology controlling its creations and protecting its transactions, at the same time hiding the identity of the user. That's the basic thing of cryptocurrency. Now here crypto is short of cryptography, and cryptography is computer technology used for the purpose of security and again hiding information and identities. And currency means money currently in use. Now cryptocurrency was designed for a much quicker, reliable and cheaper version of the government issued regular money. Now when did it start, or where did it start from? The story of these virtual coins begins with one person, David Cohn, an American cryptographer. So in 1983, David Cohn created a cryptographical system called as DigiCash, and 12 years later he again created another cryptographical system called as eCash. He again created a cryptographical system called as eCash, which was used for the confidential economic money transfer. Now, do you guys remember the global economic crisis which began more than a decade ago? Yes, in 2008, a global economic crisis affecting even America's superpower and affecting thousands of people was booming. So these virtual coins were losing their value faster and faster. In 2009, the so-called Satoshi Nakamoto created the first cryptocurrency ever, Bitcoin. So that's it. Thank you.
That's really wonderful, Anushka. Thanks for being here with us. Anushka is joining us for the first time. Again, she's a very bright student of Ramayas. Anushka happens to be the batchmate and thick bestie of Arushi Mahadevan. It's nice for them to see themselves from different points of the same camp through camera. See, that's how technology is helping us today. Anushka's father served the Indian Army, and the mother is with the medical department here. And it's wonderful to have you, Anushka, among us. You spoke so well, and we'll continue to have you appearing for this sessions again. Thanks. And Can I have Master Bruhat Kumar Vangipurapu? Are you going to be speaking or observing? If you're going to be speaking, just open your mic once. Okay, can we have Miss Devika M. Nair joining us from Kolkata? Devika is a regular, she keeps appearing for Pramayas, one of the brightest students of Pramayas again. And over to you, Devika.
Good morning, sir, and good morning to everybody present here. I'm Devika, and I'm currently joined from Kerala, but I reside in Calcutta. So I will not be talking about how cryptocurrency came and the basics of it, because we already had a session about it before, and orators before me also spoke about it. So I'll just be giving you an insight about its perspective in India, like the topic is. And experts have said that cryptocurrencies cannot serve the purpose of a currency, and they were not sure about its security because, like we said, we do not need a third party or a valid third member to secure its. It is secure, but we were not, the bank, the RBI, the government was not sure about it. So it also suggested that government to criminalize carrying on any activity connected to cryptocurrencies in India. But however, even after those suggestions and everything, cryptocurrencies have continued to thrive in the country. And according to various estimates, around 150 lakh millions are said to have invested in the private cryptocurrency assets. And in just 1 year, which is after the lockdown has started, so in from April 2020 to May 2021, the crypto growth has been from 923 million to nearly 6.1 billion. So that's huge. And if I give you like recent updates about what has been happening in the past few days, cryptocurrencies have been remaining under great pressure in the past 48 hours, and they have been they've been struggling to find support because of high volatility. But some recovery has been observed in Bitcoin, but though it's slow. But like we said, cryptocurrencies are very unpredictable and they may rise and fall at any time. And like I said, there is hope again, because in the international crypto, it's not as weak as it's in India. So hopefully it will rise again. That's it from my side. So thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Devu, thanks for being here. Miss Devika M. Nair is daughter of Colonel Madhusudan Nair from Engineers and presently posted at Kolkata. They were at Udhampur before. We were good friends, we are. And Devu's mom served the Indian Army in the medical department, and now she's taking care of the children. And Devika is again, as I told you, she's an established squash player, she's a vocalist, she's a Bharatanatyam dancer, and she keeps so many things happening around here. And you spoke so well, Devika, again, as always. Thanks for being here with us. Okay, a round of applause to you. Can I request Miss Geetika Atti joining from Badmer, Rajasthan. Geetika, pinning you. Over to you, Geetika.
Yes, sir. Good morning to one and all. So actually, as Arushi, Anushka and Devika already said about the cryptocurrency origins and its usefulness, I'd like to share a few stories about the successful. I would like to share actually a successful story of an Indian who invested in a Bitcoin. So when we talk about the cryptocurrency, it basically revolves completely around Bitcoin, but it's not that. There are even other currencies available. So, such as Bitcoin is the most common and most popular cryptocurrency, as well as there is Ethereum, Dogecoin, Cardano, and Litecoin, which is also known as LTC. So basically, when a beginner comes into a cryptocurrency, they tend to confuse between a cryptocurrency as well as crypto token. So the difference between these two is cryptocurrency doesn't depend on a third-party system, as Devika and Anushka said, whereas crypto token depends on a third-party system, but it as well as hides the user's data. So when it comes, actually the person I took is Akshay Haldipur. So he actually invested in Bitcoin around 2013 in India when the Bitcoin was early launched. So right now he is having a total of 77 bitcoins, which is around $700,000. So at first, when he invested in the bitcoins, the personal computers or the personal laptops aren't suitable for bitcoins. So he collaborated with some of his friends and formed and started mining in bitcoins. In the beginning, he almost burned four of his friends' systems. So as a result, at that time he was having 25 bitcoins. So basing investing them or again on the shares, he recently got 77 bitcoins. As well as even there are, as Devika said, and there are sorry, as Anushka said, due to the economic crisis, in that time in India there was a very much declinement in cryptocurrency. So many of the people have left this cryptocurrency field. So the financial advisor even said that bitcoins or cryptocurrency isn't for the persons who are weak-minded. They need to be strong in the same way as much as they are investing in stocks, for example, in real estate. They need to be even more strong-minded for investing in bitcoins. So recently, like yesterday, around 1:30 to 2, when as the Reserve Bank Governor Shakti Kanta was interviewed by CNBC channel, he said that there might be chances that central government, as it's being extremely cautious about the security about currency, there might be a trail coming in December in India about the bitcoins and cryptocurrency. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Geetika. Thank you. So nice. And it's a very, very big take home. Okay, anyone trying to handle or befriend Bitcoin should be strong minded and not weak minded, because it may give you shocks. The guy was burnt four desktops before he could enter into that kind of things. But yes, the moment things become legalized and the procedures will be slightly slackened, things may become all the more bright and user friendly. Thank you, Geetika, for a wonderful kind of information and research what you have done. Geetika otherwise stays in Vellore. She's an engineering graduate, a good student of ours, very, very focused in all her commitments. She's also learnt a bit of Bharatanatyam. She's now sitting with her mom learning flute and the ticks and traits of it. And presently she's put up at Badmer, and possibly a couple of months down the line they'll be back to Vellore. Thanks, Geetika. Thanks for being here. And can I have, yeah, as in the line I see Kyatika, Geetika's younger sister. Kyatika Ati. Over to Kyatika, please.
Yes, sir.
Kyatika, yeah, I'm pinning you.
Yes, sir. So actually, like the first cryptocurrency was made in 2008. A paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, is published by pseudonyms developer by the name of Satoshi. So, like we have already used the Bitcoin in the past, but most of the people don't know about it. Like in the first sale was in 2010. Bitcoin was used by customers swapping about 10,000 bitcoins for 2 pizzas. So actually, like this, the first Bitcoin has been come into use, and also that future of the cryptocurrency is nothing. Future of the cryptocurrency is apprehensive of a blanket ban. Crypto exchanges and investors are fearing an exodus of both talent and business from India, similar to what happens after the RBI's 2018 ban. Back then, blockchain experts moved to countries where crypto was regulated, such as Switzerland, Singapore, Estonia, and the US. There are different types of different types of cryptocurrency like Bitcoins, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Cardano, and Litecoin. Like even a cryptocurrency is made. Cryptocurrency is created by a code. In many cases, new coins are created when transactions are confirmed by the process known as mining. With that said, while coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum use mining, not every cryptocurrencies use mining to generate new coins, and coins can be created in some other.
Thank you, Kyatika. Wonderful statistics. And please, a biggest take home is future of Bitcoin is grossly apprehensive of a blanket ban. So we should be very, very careful in knowing about this and handling about this. And as far as children concerned, you're all very young to do this by you yourselves, unless you are super rich, unless you have got enough time to do this. As of now, it is good for us, enough for us to know the dynamics of how this cryptocurrency works in the commercial world altogether. I think a round of applause, Kyatika, Geetika's younger sister, a bright girl who's into so many things, and she's in class 11 now. We wish her all the very best. Thanks, Kyatika, for being here. Can I request Miss Nitya Tulasi Das? Nitya Tulasi Das, are you going to be speaking, or am I pinning you now? Nitya Tulasi Das.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
over to you, Miss Nitya.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am T. Nitya of class 11 from FO School in Coimbatore, here to share some points about the cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a form of payment that can be exchanged online for goods and services. Cryptocurrency is fast gaining ground as an exciting option among investors in India. The past few years have seen a burgeoning number of investors. It's important to understand the legality that surrounds cryptocurrencies. So here's a simple analogy. Think of the internet.
Miss Nitya, can you be a little bit slow? Can you be a bit slow? We are unable to comprehend. Be slightly slow. Slow in your speaking. Yeah.
So when you think of the internet, it's free. It's used by worldwide around the people. Yet no one governs it or owns it. So these cryptocurrencies are more similar to the internet. It's not owned or controlled by a country or a bank. They are issued by the central bank of the country, that is the RBI. They are neither recognized by the government as early built in, nor are they regulated by the RBI. There are no laws that prohibit or allow trading in cryptocurrency. But the RBI had virtually banned cryptocurrency trading in India, as in a circular issued on 6 April 2018. It directed that all entries regulated by it shall not be in virtual currencies or provide services facilitating any person or entity in dealing with or selling those. In the year 2013, the RBI issued a writ petition on banning banks from providing services to crypto businesses, including exchanges. In the year 2018, RBI had prohibited banks, non-banking financial companies, and payment systems regulated by it from facilitating financial transactions for entities related to cryptocurrencies. However, this was quashed by the Honorable Supreme Court of India on 4th March of 2020. The judgment has paved the way for financial institutions facilitating the trading of cryptocurrencies, creating the ground for several crypto market exchanges in the country. As per the reports of August, the best cryptocurrency in India is the Bitcoin. But there are also several other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, Tether, also. The Bitcoin market capital is, that is, 50,57,560 crores, is thrice more than India's most valuable companies, the Reliance Industries, with a market capital of 14,11,500 crores. Approximately 10 to 12 million people are the estimated number of active investors and traders in cryptos in India. This is 16 to 20% of the 60 million active stock investors and traders in the country. According to the China analysis, a growing number of Indians, now over 15 million, are buying and selling these digital coins. I hereby conclude by telling that in view of rapid customer-based growth, cryptocurrency exchanges are optimistic that the emerging asset class will keep attracting more investors in India. However, the amount of cryptocurrency investment in India is only a fraction of traditional investment class assets like equity.
Thank you, Ms. Nitya Tulasidas. Wonderful. A lot of research, a lot of numerics, a lot of facts and figures, statistics. A great job. Ms. Nitya Tulasidas is for the first batch of 11th of A4 School, Coimbatore. And that's really, really wonderful to have you here. We will love to have you children for the next sessions also. For all of those who have joined for the first time, let me tell you, the session starts at 0620 in the morning with a yoga. And today we had Major Sutapa Chakrabarti from Jammu who conducted the session for us. we keep inviting various guest instructors so that many of us get to know new things of every discipline, whatever we do. So that you don't get into a set of boredom repeating the same thing. You spoke so well, Miss Nitya, and a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. And next we have from the Ati family, the third sister of the Ati family, Miss Pranati Ati, again a bright youngster. She was raised in Canada for some time. Presently, they're at Tirupati. Now she's having a vacation at Hyderabad. She's kind of an Indian trotter and a globe trotter. And it's nice to have three sisters from the same family. She happens to be the niece of Geetika Ati and Katika Ati. Over to you, Miss Pranati.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. The topic I'm going to be talking about is cryptocurrency in India's perspective. So basically, the cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency that is meant to be medium of exchange. It is just like the physical currency, but it doesn't have any physical embodiment or idea. Cryptography runs on blockchain technology. Cryptocurrency derived from cryptography plus currency. A very common advantage of using cryptocurrency is that you can assure yourself that your transactions are fully safe and secured because of using cryptocurrency. Your transactions are non-reversible. There are more than 1,000 types of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, this is the use of hashing algorithm for encryption, and Litecoin, Ethereum, Zcash, and etc. Many benefits of cryptocurrency are there are no transaction costs. You can access money 24/7, no limits on purchases and withdrawals, freedom for anyone to use, and international transfers are faster. Another advantage is that with cryptocurrency, it is super simple and easy to do your transactions without a failure. Cryptocurrency also ensures the owner's privacy, so you don't need to worry about your private transactions leaking. Cryptocurrencies are a construct of the private sector with no official oversight or regulation. This means that cryptocurrencies are wide open to being exploited by criminals as a means to scam unwary investors. A 2019 academic study found that 25% of Bitcoin users are involved in illegal activity that has 46% of Bitcoin transactions that are associated with illegal activity. In conclusion, this list is not exhaustive, but it's important to understand the potential for large losses. Supporters of cryptocurrencies would argue that this downside risk is offset by the potential for large returns, and the risk can be managed by appropriately sizing a cryptocurrency position within a portfolio of other investments.
Thank you, Pranati. Wonderful. And she rightly said, please understand the potential hazard in handling this and large kind of losses which may have to go through. That means, as she rightly said, Devika, one has to be very, very strong-minded in handling this. I think Geetika made a mention about this. So thank you, Pranati, for being here. Let me tell you, children, for the next session onwards, it's preferable if you can join early in the morning with us, and kindly plan your initial talk for about 2.5 minutes or so that every one of us gets a chance, because if you're running short of time, we have to slightly rush around because everyone is busy around. Thank you, Pranati, so much. And tonight, for the benefit of members, tonight at 7:25 we have a karaoke evening planned. Srimati Vidya Tirumale, good singer from Chennai, is joining us, and many of the singers of Pramayas, including Pranati and everyone, is also expected to perform in the evening. The evening is open for all of us. Anyone would like to listen to, please join. Anyone would like to perform karaoke, please join. And also on 30th evening, 30th is Janmashtami. That evening, Pranati's mom, Srimati Neelima Ati, she is a parent volunteer of ours, and she has taken the responsibility of conducting and curating the entire evening of it. It's going to be a Janmashtami evening, a blue theme evening. All of us are expected to be dressed in blue, where you can. So in case you're keen on joining this evening and 30th, the links will be sent to you. Please be available with us. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to Miss Pranati Ati. A fantastic job. Thanks, Pranati. And next in the line, I have Just a moment, let me see the drop. We have Miss Shivani Rajesh. Miss Shivani Rajesh, I'm pinning you. Over to you, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Good
well-
morning to all. My name is Shivani. I'm from class 11 FO School, Coimbatore, and I'm going to talk about the current Indian perspective on cryptocurrency. Now, I'm going to tell you that don't consider Bitcoin as a currency, but think of it as an asset. Now, an estimation has made in India that only 24 people in average have been trying in cryptocurrency. And if I ask why these 24 people have turned up to show in cryptocurrency, because we don't have a guarantee that banks cannot get corrupted. It will get corrupted. It may get corrupted. So it is time for us to broaden our perspectives. Now, taking the current situation of India, there is a lack in laws, of lack in 3 to 5 crores that are pending to be solved per year. So there is an upcoming technology that is based on this blockchain technology called Kleros. This Kleros is used to solve disputes and get quick and affordable remedy to consumers. And the judgment will be made by anonymous jurors, and it will surely act as an impartial and incorruptible third party for retrieving secured evidence collection and transmissions to jurors. Now, in India, many people are in the notion that Bitcoin is very expensive and not affordable, and that's where we make a mistake. Although single Bitcoin has valued 3 lakh and 45 lakh in the last 2 years,
Kunju,
there
Amrita.
are tons of many other coins known as altcoins, which are relatively cheaper and faster than Bitcoin and still earn bagloads of money. Example, Hedra, Litecoin, and many other altcoins. And as Arushi had already said that there is no law in India which makes investing in cryptocurrency as illegal. And however, in 2018, RBI banned bank payments for them using cryptocurrency payment. But eventually in 2020, Supreme Court overturned the blanket ban on cryptocurrency. And I would like to add that our current finance minister, Nirmala Sitaram, had also stated that not shutting all options in cryptocurrency. So the chances of cryptocurrency getting banned is very bleak. So, but if you're going to wait till the legislation comes into picture, it will probably be very late to enter into market, as the potential currency will become unaffordable. So it is always suggested to buy low and sell high. Many countries as Malta, Singapore, Argentina, then Switzerland have already started adopting blockchain technology and legal framework. Predictions are being made that by the end of this year itself, the Bitcoin may cross over 51 lakh this year itself. So if you're planning to enter into the market, now is the time. Thank you.
Fantastic. Ms. Shivani, you spoke maybe at a different perspective, different level altogether. She very nicely said, do not treat cryptocurrency as currency, treat it as an asset. Handle it as an asset, you will have a better perspective. She also gave a tip, buy low, sell high, right? I thought you've done a very, very passionate research, and all of you, I'm very sure majority of the children have known about cryptocurrency for the first time, but whatever you have done, whatever the research and whatever you have spoken, possibly you will remember it for your lifetime. Thanks for being here with us, Shivani. And Shivani is again a bright student from A4 School, Coimbatore. Somebody is given a message, sir, what Pramayas means. Okay, Pramayas is an acronym. When you expand it, it means to promote art and music amongst you and society. You is, every one of you is important for us. All of you put together make the society, and the requirement and the agenda is to promote art and music. Everything is art. 64 கலைகள் அப்படிம்போம். யோகா, பாட்டு, டான்ஸ், பரதநாட்டியம், குச்சிப்புடி, கலரிப்பயிட்டு, குக்கரி, or whatever you name is part of an art only. So that's why we are open to every of the art form. It will be great. We'll keep sending you the links whenever possible. Please keep joining us. Thanks, Ms. Shivani, for being here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to Ms. Shivani. Joined us from A4 School, Coimbatore. Can I have next is Ms. Srinidhi Ramachandran. Srinidhi Ramachandran, over to you, please.
Good morning to one and all present here. I'm Srinidhi Ramachandran, and I am a student of A4 School, Coimbatore, studying 11th grade. I'm here to talk about cryptocurrency and my perspective as an Indian. In the ancient days, when currency was not yet introduced, people used barter system to fulfill their needs. As double coincidence of wants become a major complication, necessity really became the mother of invention. People introduced currency as a medium of exchange. The currency did not have a value of its own and only used as a medium of exchange, thus promoting the currency. Cryptocurrency is a type of digital currency that generally exists electronically, in other words, beautiful anonymity of cash. For generations and years, we have been growing up and aging and seeing people around us, our family, our society, invest in physical assets such as land, gold, vehicles, and other such valuable solid assets. To think that all these people would suddenly start investing in an uncertain digital currency is hard to think and unbelievable. But as they say, different things are attractive and we humans are attracted by different things. And that is human psychology. We as humans who have money invest in something and desire to watch it grow. We all love watching things grow. And we all aspire to be millionaires, billionaires, people owning lakhs and thousands, and also fancy, and we fancy living a lavish, luxurious lifestyle and flamboyant fantasies and all those things. The very thought of us making profits makes us push harder and spend our money in gambling. As in gambling and any other resource, even though we have even though a chance plays an important role in gambling, is also a skill that helps us win. And if you want to do a Bitcoin or gambling, you must be ready to win and lose. So cryptocurrency is decentralized. There is no third party between the payer and the buyer. All the data of decentralized digital currency is stored in form of blockchains. There is no administration or government controlling this. As the word crypto says, the founder himself is crypto themselves, and that is hidden. It is no doubt it can solve major problems of no exchange, like solution to bogus money. But we must also consider its cons. As we know, any uses with a credit card and a number to generate OTP can be a cryptocurrency user. It's used illicit too. Cryptocurrency is used in transactions related to illegal weapons, drugs, terrorism, and mafia. I may be using it for a better purpose, and another person may be using it for an illicit purpose. It is also not a government certified currency in India and many other countries, even though China and Russia have recognized its importance. But we have amongst us people who invest in cryptocurrency, and there are no regulation laws regarding this. It is indeed no doubt that cryptocurrency is a fascinating, groundbreaking idea. It's important to be authorized to. I personally think digital currency will be the medium of exchange in coming times. I don't think that cryptocurrency will become the new trend in the coming days, as India has a majority of its population middle class or below. But cryptocurrency will definitely survive in India. I think it will survive so much that it can have a comfortable lifestyle in cryptocurrency. And I think digital currency will take some of cryptocurrency's ideas, such as breaking the fidelity between them, between the bankers and the payers. So this is my point of view of cryptocurrency.
Fantastic. Ms. Srinidhi Ramachandran, she started from the barter system. She talked about the human mindset, human psychology in understanding the currency, the value, what all the ethics attached with it. She says, I may be doing it for a right cause, somebody may be doing it for an illicit cause. That's a very, very, very important take home. The same thing stands good for me may not stand good for others. What is acceptable to others for the right sense may not be correct ethically in my perspective. She gave it a very, very nice insight into it. Thanks, Ms. Srinidhi, for joining us for the first time. We will expect you to come back to us almost every occasion when we plan for such events. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also take this occasion to thank Wing Commander P. Rajalakshmi, the Executive Director, a good friend of ours. She is the one who's managing the FO school out here. And kindly convey our thanks to Srimati Rajeshwari, your principal of the school, and thank all your friends and near dear ones who supported you, who made you to speak here today for the cause of the children to learn something new. Thanks, Ms. Srinidhi, for being here with us. Thank you so much. A round of applause. We are running short of time as incidentally Srinidhi happens to be the last speaker. I think we need to wind up. Can I request Captain Manoj Lumba sir to do the observatory talks on this talk, and we will wind up the talk. Sir, please. Captain Manoj Lumba. Sir, before you start, let me also thank Ms. Sai Lumba, who did the comparing today morning for the yoga session. Sai left because she had to go quickly. Kindly convey our regards and thanks to our little instructor. She was the instructor for yoga last week, and today she introduced. All of us wear different hats at different point in time. We must be capable of donning different roles without having anything hurting us. I'm very thankful to young Sai. Last week she was instructor. Today she was the one to introduce the instructor of the day. See a fantastic acceptance of this reality at this young age. Otherwise a child was capable of telling, no sir, sorry, I can't do it because I myself am an instructor. Come on, I was so thankful to her. I never believed that she will say yes to my request. Kindly convey our reverence and regards to Sai. She is very, very matured for her age, in her thoughts and deeds. Pranams to her. Over to you, sir. Over to you.
So thank you very much, sir. She is a soldier, sir, and a soldier will do every job at any point of time. There is nothing called
Kya baat hai? Kya baat hai? That is how we Faujis connect very easily in life. Thank you, sir. Over to you, please.
Sir, it is a great platform what you have for these young children, and they have really worked so well and got this information, starting from how did a cryptocurrency came in 1983, and then slowly, what is the present situation and what is the prospect in India. It's fantastic, thought about and really good research by each and every, especially Ms. Ramachandran. Then Aarti sisters, all of them, they are really good. Every time they speak very well. A lot of students have really spoken very well on that. But see, the thing is, these all have now been governed by RBI and as well as the Supreme Court. Some laws are there. I am not supporting Bitcoins on this line, but I am just saying that suddenly we say that this cost of this Bitcoin has gone up to about 35 lakhs, something like that. How did it come so high when it is not market linked, when it is not linked with any of the fluctuation or any depreciations by the government currencies in all over the world? So there is something which is behind which we are not aware, which is doing an international platform on an arena. But one thing is that not even a single person has got back that money. It may be in papers, maybe in things that, I have got 35 lakh rupees for one Bitcoin, but if a person has 10 Bitcoins, will he get 3 crore 50 lakh rupees? No, he will not. So that is one of the questions. If you have something which is just on a paper, but you cannot utilize this, it will not have much of an issue. On the other hand, if you have money in your account and you use Paytm or Google Pay or Amazon Pay or something like that, where you can utilize that money, that will be a right thing, right? So we have to now judge, use our intelligence, our presence of mind, situational awareness, and then you utilize this, because there are a lot of things which last week we discussed, ethical hacking and gray hats and black hats and these things. They are also looking for praise, like simple people who are not aware or computer savvy or IT savvy, where this can be taking them for a ride. And very often we see there are a lot of cases, including banks, they have cases with them. So we have to be careful where these digital signatures which we do online, like putting our pins and putting our names and account numbers and everything, that has to be very very carefully be firewalled. So that is very important, children. These laws are like, we have laws called digital media uh, ethics code. There is a code called, in India under RBI. So those are the ones. If you want to consider or learn something, you can go into that laws and learn a little bit, so that you are little aware. And because awareness is the most important thing in India now, and especially for you children who are now learning and utilizing yourself and getting comfortable with all these IT things and online transactions and uh, and living with it, including online teachings, which we never thought, in our life, that there will be an online classes, or like here we are sitting, somebody is sitting thousands of miles away, and we are now discussing in a class where we are trying to learn from each and every person. That's a really great thing. But we have to again utilize our mind, where to use and how to use and which particular platform to use your funds in, because your digital signatures can actually be a gateway for the person to take out all the money from your account.
Yes.
So be
I think,
careful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. That's really wonderful way to introduce them into. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, Captain Manoj Lumba, good friend of mine, and he's a very specialized person of the Indian Navy, who's a cyber security specialist and who knows about cyber crimes, and he's got a lot of things to say about. Maybe very soon we'll have one of the talk shows being done by him for Pramayas, where all you little ones must listen to him. He's a repository of huge knowledge on various subjects. Till date, he has not missed even one of the events of Pramayas of all this. He was available and throughout, and he was kind enough to give his thoughts and sum it up. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for being here with us. Wonderful. And may I request Mr. Shivani Rajesh Srinidhi and all the students from Air Force School, Coimbatore, today please walk up to a principal, Srimati Rajeshwari, tell your experience to her. Please do thank her in having paid you guys and told you about this event. And please thank from your behalf, from our behalf also, and also do the same thing to Wing Commander P. Rajalakshmi, who's the executive director, who often comes to school. Please, when you meet her, please thank her, for having given this opportunity to you guys. And we will meet next again. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to Captain Manoj Lumba. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Can I request Shri Manusha? Ladies and gentlemen, Shri K.S. Murthy, sir, joining us from Delhi. Over to you, sir. He's an engineer by profession. He's retired. Now he's looking after various other philanthropic activities. Sir, over to you, please.
Good morning to all of you. Namaskara. I was listening to the nice expressions by panel students. They have done really well. They spoke well with clarity. I was really amazed with the level of confidence shown in by the student. I was just thinking I was a shy student when I was younger days. But the way they expressed it is really amazing. And coming to this topic, I feel this cryptocurrency is still in nascent stage in India, because it is not fully backed up government RBI regulations. I think we will have to wait and see, because hard-earned money we cannot put it in an unknown, with lesser known entity. So I would rather invest in safer instruments. So this needs little bit of more of computer savvy, or it is not meant for everybody, because people from a rural background are not be very computer savvy. They will not be aware what is going on a day-to-day basis. So I think there is a volatility situation also there. I think we can wait and see. Other safe means of investment. Only think that in this particularly the person who can take a risk can also earn a bit more, but that is left to a chance actually. So thank you all, and thanks Edna Raman sir for inviting me to this webinar.
Thank
All
you.
the
Thank
best.
you, Murthy sir. Thank you so much. Murthy sir says, wait and see. Wait and watch. Time is the biggest healer for all our solutions. He says, don't rush around things. Even if you want to try about it, invest, wait, see the market trend. You must know calculated risks, knowing the market forces. Thank you, sir. Thanks for being here with us. And Mr. Murthy is a very, very active person in Delhi Karnataka Sangha. They got so many other cultural and philanthropic activities. And it's nice to have you around here with us, sir. Thank you. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And all the children, tonight, the karaoke evening, that's the same link what you got today in the morning. In that, you will have another link for tonight's event. In case you want to join, please join us. Can I request Tempale Shri Nagarajan Sridharan on the screen? Sri sir, he is going to be the one to wind up the event today. Sir, can I have your video on? Sridharan sir is a good friend of ours, a great philanthropist and a spiritual person, a good singer and a great event organizer. He's got so much to talk about. One of the days I'm going to organize a talk show by him, and as of now, tonight he's going to be singing for Brahmaya's karaoke evening. And sir, over to you, a wind-up speech from you of this morning session.
Yes, sir. I was going through this children's speech. It's very wonderful. They have been very acquainted.
Sir, can you
with the
keep your camera
programs.
slightly up, sir? We can't see your face very clearly. That is okay. That's good, sir.
Yeah. The children's presentation was very good. I was so happy to see all these children participating about a topic of importance of today. So there is nothing much to say for me. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity to speak on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, sir. Love to see you the evening today. And A4 School Coimbatore children, I'll send across a link to Wing Commander Rajalakshmi again. Maybe request to post to you guys in case you want to join the evening session. 30th evening is Janmashtami, where you can present some songs and musical offerings to Lord Sri Krishna. This has been a wonderful morning today. The topic is very, very cryptic. This is a crypto topic. And thanks, everyone did a lot of research on this. And you made us really, really proud, all you guys, in having, what? Let me tell you, when you speak, we also learn from you something new for the first time. Everyone knows little bit. When we hear, please cultivate a habit of listening to youngsters. Today's youngsters are much, 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 much smarter than what we were at our age. Yes or no, Manoj sir? You will possibly agree with us, because that is how the life goes on. And the next generation of yours, they will see that they are smarter than you. That is how the society, as a clan, as a community, we improve upon. Let me thank each and everyone for having been here with us, spent your morning, Saturday morning, being here with us. Some of the speakers and some of the children had to leave for the school commitments. Thank you so much. We will meet tonight and 30th evening again. And for the next session, Jai Hind.